Good morning, my loves. Happy Thursday. Lovely day here at the lake. High today's 110. It's really kind of interesting. Last evening, I went outside for a second. It was really warm, and it was like 8 o'clock. And I checked the temperature, and it was 104 at 8 o'clock. Yeah. So that's when you know it's summer in Arizona, when it's still hot at bedtime or approaching bedtime. I did not check the temperature when I went to bed, but I would imagine it was close to 100 around 10 o'clock. Yeah. High today's 110. So same thing, different day. Long night. Finn had a lot of panic attacks. You know, when you wake up like a baby, you know how a baby will, sorry, the sun is really bright. A baby will go to sleep and then have a bad dream and wake up screaming and crying. Same thing all night. So I am so sorry about the glare. Let's see what I can do about it. Well, now I have shadows on my face. You got a choice: bright glare or shadows. Anyway, it's been a long night, so I look a bit bedraggled. Sorry. Is what it is right now. I thought this would be a very good opportunity to discuss loss of life, grieving, hospice, things like that. I have talked on this so many times. When you have a family member, including your pet, that is nearing end of life, you have to remember it's not just about you and everything that you're feeling. We tend to internalize it, and we want to keep them around forever and always and get them on all the meds and put them in hospice and on and on and on. Hospice has its place, but it's not about us, honey. It's about them. If as a person, have a conversation with them. Find out what they want. Find out what they want for end-of-life care. I remember back, in the 90s, when my mom had lymphoma, my adoptive mom. And I remember when this is burned into my mind. When the oncologist came into her hospital room, he was very callous. He was just a jerk. And he knew I was a nurse. And he walks in and he goes, well, let your dad know when he parks the car. Your mom's not going to be around much longer. And my mom was sitting right there. He said, we'll send her home on hospice. You know, I don't need to see you again. Hospice will deal with it. What a jerk. And yes, I wrote a complaint. He was just an ass. A total ass. Karma. It was about a year later. I had one of my mom's doctors was a really good friend of mine. I'd known him, since he was a resident. We had both worked together back in Wichita. And he let me know that this guy had cancer. Yeah. Karma is real. Very real. So anyway, with my mom, we got her into hospice. It was all about what she wanted. All the way to the end, everything was focused on her. She wanted to be at home. Fine, she was at home. We surrounded her with everyone and everything she loved. Whatever it took to make that transition for her easy, her final wishes for her funeral, she had it all planned out. We went by every bit of that. Not everybody agreed, but it's not about us. It's about her. It's about honoring and respecting her and her wishes. Same thing when my dad died in 2015. Everybody had their own opinion. Everybody wanted to do this and that. He had everything planned out, prepaid to the letter. And it's really nice. It takes a lot of burden off the family, but it's about them. It's not about us. I have dealt with families for years because I'm also an end-of-life doula. I have been for years. Kind of goes with the territory. I've dealt with families for years, and their loved one is sitting right there, and they're fighting over the funeral. Who's going to speak at the funeral? Maybe the family has more than one religion. It's not about you. It's about them. And I am not above telling a family to shut the hell up. It's not about you. Check your egos. If you got to step outside, do. It's about what they want. Let's talk to them, find out what they want. And that's what we're going to do. And if you can't play nice and honor them, don't go. It's not about you. So here we are today with Finn. I cannot tell you. My eyes are still puffy. I cry a lot. I mean, I'm always emotional. I am the biggest, softest romantic you will ever meet. Oh my gosh. But this is hard. I've dealt with a situation before, but it doesn't make it any easier. And so I am a nurse, first and foremost. I always will be. And you always have a plan A, plan B, plan C. He has his vet, Dr. K. And if something happens 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, that's who we call. What if something happens and it's not 9 to 5, Monday through Friday? Because God knows life does not operate 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I figured it out. I know what to do. And that took a huge weight off of me to have it figured out. I know what to do now. Have a plan. Have a game plan. If you have to write it down, do. If you have other family members to talk it over with, sit down and have the conversation. I talked it over with Finn. Now, yes, he's a cat. He probably looked at me and thought, are you serious? I got better things to do. But I did talk it over with him. It's his life. Whether he understood or not, he has a right to his opinion. That's just me being me. I have heard from a lot of folks that have just been wonderful. My son recently he and his family lost one of their dogs. So they have been very wonderful and very supportive. I got a lot of notes from a lot of people who have just gone through something similar or are going through something similar. One of my coworkers, one of the other nurses that I know, does end-of-life care, hospice care for rescue animals. That would be hard. And I know they had a dog, one of their last rescues. I think they had the dog for about a year or so, and it just recently passed. So it's not easy, but it's not about us. It's not about me. And that's the hardest part. I don't speak fluent cat. I can, it's like going to Taco Bell. I can order off the Taco Bell menu. I know what Finn's saying most of the time, but I can't go to Mexico and have a conversation. I can't sit down and have an actual conversation with Finn and understand him. But I kind of understand what's going on. I know when he's afraid, when he's panic-stricken. And I was thinking yesterday how horrible it would be to be in his position, to have dementia, to have one eye. You can only see out of one eye. We're not really sure about the hearing, but you can only see out of one eye. You have dementia, you're lucid, you're not lucid, you're kind of in and out of it. You take a nap, you wake up, where the hell am I? But they think, according to the vets, that, similar with people, they might recognize one person. But one of the best things for people, anybody dealing with Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or dementia, is always music, of course, but scent. Wear a familiar fragrance. Wear a fragrance that they will remember. If it's your dad or your granddad, keep a bottle of his Old Spice or Aqua Velva or whatever it was around. That will help him remember, I know this smell. Because smells register and are a great, I would call it a glimmer. Not a trigger that's negative. A glimmer is something positive. So with animals, there may come a time very soon where he doesn't recognize me. He may recognize the tone of my voice, but I'm sure he will recognize my scent, my smell. Which is why I think when he gets upset and confused, tapping me on the face all night long, and I pick him up and I hold him, and he will just fall against me. He will just lean into me. It's like when you hug somebody and it's just the biggest relief, that big thank you for being here kind of thing. That's what it feels like. He will just fall into me. So it's about him, keeping him comfortable, keeping him happy. He's not eating like he should. Generally, he will do anything for his deli turkey. Yes, it's a turkey breast that you pay $10 a pound for that they have sliced. He loves that. The vet said, fine, whatever. He's not even wanting that right now. He just kind of picks at everything. I understand that. Now, keep in mind, the other day, he also got a rabies shot, and that could have upset his tummy. Okay. I just take it day by day, hour by hour. I just want to keep him happy. You can see he's prowling. He's pacing a lot today. He's very anxious. He's howling. Right now, he's looking out the window at the ducks and the geese. That's fine. You know, whatever it takes. Yesterday, I was trying to work, and he wanted to be held. That's fine. I would take a break and hold him and walk with him and rock him, whatever it takes to make his final days, his final weeks, whatever it's going to be, to make him happy, to feel loved and to feel safe. Because, my opinion, when something like this happens in your life, whether it's a person or a pet, it is an honor and a privilege to be the one to take care of them in their final days. It is the final gift we're giving to them and the final gift that they're giving to us. Just my opinion. He's sitting over there staring at me. He always wants to keep me in eyesight, in line of sight. I understand that. I do. God only knows what the future holds for me. I hope if I ever have dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson, traumatic brain injury such as he's had, I hope there's someone in my life that will be as kind and patient as loving with me. And when it comes to the end of my days, oh, trust me, I already have everything planned out. I hope somebody will honor that and respect it, because it's about me, it's not about them. Just my thoughts.